Stick around to find out what happens to... Yes, JL. Oh yes, it was a great idea. Uh-huh. Yep, you're the man. Stick around to find out what happens to a con man when he goes up against a GreaterSapien. Anthony Riley no longer allowed to stream on his streams. And has Daniel Pratt gone too far? All these stories and more on As The Plot Thickens. As The Plot Thickens is brought to you by channel members and patrons alike. To contribute to the show, click that join button or head over to www.patreon.com/theplothole1. That's the number one, not the loneliest number you can ever do. Rack focus. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to As The Plot Thickens. I'm your host, Johnny O. In our first story, we look at longtime Flat Earth conspirator. Yep, we've all heard the name, and unfortunately, most of us have been subjected to the voice. That's right, we're talking about Flat Earth guru and amateur anesthesiologist / hypnotist Eric Dubay. Eric Dubay has been relatively quiet as of late, but that hasn't stopped Jerry Williams, aka GreaterSapien, from tackling the author's 200 proofs the Earth is not a spinning ball.
Yeah. Okay. Let's listen to number one.
1. The horizon always appears perfectly flat 360 degrees around the observer.
What the? Oh,
All
hell no. That voice is too much. I can't do that. Let me read it. Dubay claim number 1. The horizon always appears perfectly flat 360 degrees around the observer regardless of altitude. All amateur balloon, rocket, plane, and drone footage show a completely flat horizon over 20 plus miles high. Only NASA and other government space agencies show curvature in their fake CGI photos, videos. This is demonstrably false.
I don't know how Jerry plans on getting through the entire list of 200, but now might be the best time to invest in no-dos. In biblical news, weekend horror podcaster and young Earth creationist debunker J.L. Warren recently released a scathing deconstruction video of theist Darth Dawkins. Somebody's trying to get me sued by Disney. I mean, seriously, who produces this show? Damn it, JL. In the video, JL takes lofty swings at Darth Dawkins, to which he did not particularly care for.
He never once refuted my argument, discredited my position, or even bothered to steelman it. That is because Darth's only tactic is to use bad logic to shift the burden of proof from himself to me. His goal is merely to try and trick any atheist that he interacts with into making the positive claim that God does not exist, so he can call them out for a lack of evidence. And this is Darth arguing purely in bad faith and thinking he's getting away with it.
Dawkins spent the next few weeks JL hunting as Dawkins claimed that JL slandered his good name. Oh please. Anyone who's actively listened to Darth Dawkins knows exactly the vile type of person he is. However, should the two of you decide to hold discourse, let me know. I would be delighted to host a moderated debate between the two of you. Be sure to check out J.L. Warren's Bridge the Divide series here. Last week, I challenged Fight the Flat Earth to broaden his horizons and step out of the comfort zone of making Flat Earth content, something he's done successfully for the past 2 years. And what do you know, FTFE invited Flat Earth scientist and amateur would-be an improvement filmmaker J.M. Truth onto his show. You know, the guy who's never been on his show before.
The word natural simply means not supernatural. It means part of our physical universe. No, it is absolutely 100% true. And I can show you citation after citation to show.
That takes
okay,
place.
I'm sorry.
It's in the natural world.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me finish.
I mean,
Yeah,
It has been the definition
cool. Middle of my
for
sentence.
many years.
Truth brought his usual science denialism bullpoo as he ad hoced his way around anything that resembled actual science or fact. The debate went exactly as everyone suspected. The two spent several rounds going over semantics and complaining about the constant interruptions that they were both doing to each other. Be sure to check out the full debate here on FTFE's channel. It's a riot. In other news, sleeping warrior Anthony Riley had his channel deleted by YouTube. Riley reports that his channel was removed because he was spreading the truth that is flat earth and YouTube is trying to keep the masses hidden from the truth. The problem with Sleeping Warrior's explanation is the fact that it, along with the rest of the garbage that comes out of Riley's mouth, doesn't fit into reality. If YouTube's purpose was to keep all flat earth content suppressed, then why does Nathan Oakley still have a show? The truth of the matter is that Sleeping Warrior had his channel removed for being a COVID-denying asshat. When you spread blatant lies and misinformation that goes against the terms of service of YouTube, you get your shit removed. You pay the price. Speaking of channel deletion, finally, where do we collectively draw the line on appropriate behavior? Last week, I mentioned YouTube's removal of Mouth Breather and Insult to Neanderthal Danny Pratt's channel, citing it as the right thing to do, and some of you took offense citing Daniel Pratt's rights to free speech. Well, here's what happens when we leave someone like Daniel Pratt unchecked. Be warned, this is offensive at the very least.
So I just wanted to give a big shout out to Simon Dan. An honorable mention to losers like Fight the Flat Earth and Irish Demon and Team Skeptic. These people are great examples of how you too can be a spineless jellyfish, useful idiot serving and files. Keep up the great work, Irish Demon, Fight the Flat Earth, Team Skeptic, Simon Dan. Y'all are excellent examples for the children of the world on how to be spineless and serve the whims and dictates of files and as you disingenuously virtue signal all over the internet about what great guys you are. Please kill yourselves. Do the world a favor.
That's right. Shit for Brains Daniel Pratt actively calls for people to commit suicide. And if that wasn't atrocious enough, Pratty later doubled down on his call for the science community to take a dive off a tall cliff.
So once again, please find the highest cliff you can and prove gravity. Jump, you dredge on society.
Anybody who thinks that Daniel Pratt has a right to spew this bullshit on YouTube can get fucked. Do I think anyone targeted by Danny Pratt will actually heed his suggestion? Of course not. But we cannot allow vile pieces of human trash to spread their bullshit unchecked. YouTube should delete this and any other channel that Danny Pratt decides to open. Ban skipping is an offense that YouTube, in their terms of service, says they have the right to immediately delete your channel without warning. These repeated violations of the terms of service, along with his general attitude towards those who speak out against the bullshit that he spreads, should be silenced. As for you, Pratt, no, you're not the brilliant whistleblower that you think you are. You're nothing more than a piece of human shit that's chained to a water heater in your garage. Your wife and kids probably chained you there because they think you're an embarrassment. Your drooling, mouth-breathing, halitosis spreading self is only good for mocking. You think you're Mr. Big and Bad, but you're a scared little man with no hope of anything more than the little pull that you perform on your little self. You frighten no one and nothing. You are insignificant. Now go put some trim in your door, you useless bag of wasted baby batter. I think I need a shower after that one. On to Unpopular Opinions. Channel patron Skydiver Tanner has some words of wisdom he wants to share with you. Take it away, Tanner.
Hey guys, Skydiver Tanner here with an unpopular opinion that yes, there should absolutely be things banned, blocked, removed, or deleted off of social media. The argument might be, well, First Amendment rights if you're here in the US, or freedom of speech, that we should be able to put anything and everything out that we want without consequence. But even there's certain things where a line is drawn. You can't go into a movie theater and just shout fire without any sort of consequence happening. Now, we all know that social media is ran by a lot of corporations, big business, whatever you want to call it. And so they do have the rights to choose and pick what they want on their platforms. With that said, I hear a lot of people arguing that we should allow whatever we want on social media. It's for us. And if there's things that you disagree with or things that you question, to look it up, research, figure out for yourself. That's all fine and dandy. But for just as many people that are actually willing to research and find out what is true or untrue or conspiracy theory or not, there are just as many people, if not more, that aren't willing to do that sort of research. The problem becomes when people start to see a post on social media that makes them think a little bit, they might start to research more into that topic that solidifies what they just read versus what opposes what they read, which then leads them down into the rabbit hole that we all know and have come to witness. Some of the problems with allowing these things to stay up is that they have dire consequences. Look at Pizzagate, or even in the deadly situation of Sandy Hook. So many things could have been changed or altered had we been able to speak up or shut down certain things that were being posted on social media. But Tanner, you can simply comment to them and point out where they're wrong or have a conversation with them. This is true, but have you actually tried that? And how often does it go well where you can convince the person that it's something untrue? When that happens, it seems like they only go deeper and deeper into their echo chambers of the things that solidify what they're trying to go against. Even Facebook had tried to put up things saying that there was a false statement or misleading, but because people start to go down these deep dark rabbit holes, even then they start to disbelieve or think that there's some sort of conspiracy against them on why a post was flagged. Now, don't get me wrong, there's times people have been thrown into Facebook jail for just absolutely ludicrous reasonings, but I do feel that there needs to be some sort of policing or removal of things from social media. Now, we all know that social media is ran off of companies trying to make money, and they use us to bring that money in for them. The more of us that are on their platform, the more money that brings in for them. However, I like to think of the Good Samaritan rule, where if you see a situation that you can help out in or prevent someone who is in a life or death situation, that you step in. Same thing goes for these companies. They should be stepping in and shutting things down if they know that possible harm or even death could come about things that are being said or viewed on their platforms. Now, I'm going to use COVIDiots as the current example of what's going on. They like to spread misinformation about vaccines or conspiracy theories on it and how harmful masks can be for you. They're the ones that will go to their doctor when they have a broken bone, appendicitis, need a blue pill for more excitement in the bedroom, or need to have surgery on their eye. I think we all know who I'm talking about with that last one. But yet they won't trust their doctor when they tell them that wearing a mask and having the vaccination can actually save lives out there. Instead, they go on and spread more lies, untruths, and conspiracy theories behind it. These need to absolutely be shut down before more people get harmed or died from this situation. So with that said, this was my unpopular opinion for today. Thank you all for listening.
That's this week's news. I sure hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, thumbs up is awesome. If you didn't, thumbs down is okay too. Leave me a comment in the comment section letting me know your thoughts on today's news. If you have an unpopular opinion that you wish to share with the show, you can send me your submissions to theplothole1@gmail.com and keep an eye out, you may be selected. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel and make sure you tickle that bell for bell notifications. That way every time my ugly mug puts out a video, you get notified. If you have someone or something you want to see on the news, featured or not, let me know down in the comment section below too. And as always, I'm Johnny O, and I'll keep you updated as the plot thickens.